Hey, so let me get this straight, man. You wanted ICE to deport the criminals, but they came for your husband instead? Holy shit, dude. Talk about regretting your vote, man. Now, this woman says she fully believed only criminals were getting detained. Meanwhile, I said bet and packed up her baby daddy like leftovers at a Thanksgiving dinner table. Now she's 7 months pregnant, y'all. And guess who ain't gonna be there at the baby shower? Ma'am, you supported this bullshit. What in the hell did you think was gonna happen? You supported Trump to deport the criminals. And now your husband's on a no-fly list? Your kids have no father to come home to? All thanks to your vote? Cry me a
Hi,
river.
beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by supporting your girl on this channel. So, as always, all credits goes to the creators in those videos. And guys, in today's video,
Supreme Court just ruled that the Trump administration is allowed to deport migrants to third countries. This was a policy that was blocked by a lower court after the Trump administration sent migrants that were not from El Salvador to El Salvador prisons and so forth. But today, in a very brief ruling, the Supreme Court allowed for that to hold place, and now immigrants will be able to be deported to places like South Sudan, even if they have nothing to do with South Sudan and they're not from there. They have no relatives there, and they have no connection to that country. This is absolutely devastating and a huge blow to the immigration policies and specifically immigration rulings in this country. I'll keep you updated on how this develops, but so far this is a really devastating ruling, and I hope that this does not become common policy, that we're deporting people to countries that they have no connection to, that we've just made some.
I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but a lot of people are saying they're leaving MAGA now and they're angry at Trump. And I'm like, why all of a sudden they're talking about the Iran war and Trump getting involved? Some people are complaining that the groceries, inflation, gas prices, the economy pretty much has not improved like Trump promised. Day one, he was going to lower everything, make all your dreams come true, all the bullshit. So a lot of people are realizing that the economy is not improving. I mean, I don't know what you MAGAs do when you go to the grocery store. You look the other way, pretend that the prices aren't going up for the most things, the most items. A few items have gone down, but not significantly where you can say, wow, I can really feel in my wallet that things are improving. So I guess the last straw for MAGA was the war. That Trump might be getting into a war and MAGA can handle it, can stand it, because they don't want another war. And Trump promised no wars. But you MAGAs were okay when he said, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Jimmy goes to school. 4 days later, he comes back with an operation and he's now Julie. All these lies, you guys were okay with it. So you're okay. I mean, you're leaving MAGA. You're abandoning Trump. You're mad at Trump. But you're still racist? You're still homophobic? Xenophobic? You're still enjoying seeing immigrants being deported, families separated, people crying on the streets because their family are being torn apart, and you guys are, that's what I voted for. So you're leaving MAGA with all that baggage, right? So you're not changing. You're the same. It's just because you're mad at Trump, right? You're not realizing, wow, I was in the cult. Wow, I can't believe that I had that perception against the LGBTQ. So you're not acting like that, right, MAGA? The thing was the war. Oh, and the grocery price is not going down, but the war did it, right? Everything else, you're going to take it with you. You're going to still be you. Yeah, no, that's not going to fly.
Record number of Americans applied for UK citizenship in Q4 of 2024. After Trump's re-election, 1,700 Americans applied for citizenship to the UK, which was the largest number to do so in any quarter in over 2 decades. Under Trump's first term, there were also triple the number of Americans who gave up their U.S. citizenship in 2020 over the prior year. Other countries are expecting a similar uptick this time in applications for visas and citizenships. And some countries and towns are even, advertising directly to Americans who want to escape America. One Italian town launched a website that said, and I quote, "Are you worn out by global politics? Looking to embrace a more balanced lifestyle while securing new opportunities? It's time to start building your European escape in the stunning paradise of Sardinia." So definitely there is this interest in moving abroad, especially for people who are not in agreement with the current administration and all that is going.
For you who missed it, it looks like Donald Trump is going to end birthright citizenship in at least 26 different states in about 30 days here. It's still going back and forth in the courts, but this is no longer something that he's just talking about. This is something that's a very real possibility. What he's doing is digging himself into a bigger hole, because he's claiming that this is to help protect our government security. But the way this would work is that anyone who doesn't have at least one citizen parent here wouldn't be able to have birthright citizenship. So to parents who are here on a work visa, or to people who have immigrated here and don't have the proper documentation, you wouldn't get birthright citizenship. Like, if you're here on a work visa and you have a child, that child wouldn't get birthright citizenship, which is crazy considering the fact that we have abortion bans going on. So they're encouraging the birth of children while also saying, but you have to do it through the ways that we tell you to. You can't just fucking ban abortion and say that if a woman is raped, she has to carry her child. We can't have shit like what's going on in Georgia right now happening because of abortion bans, while also saying that we don't want birthright citizenship. Because for all of you stupid fucks out there who don't know how this system works, let me remind you that being here on a work visa means you don't have citizenship, but you're still here in the US legally. So if you, for some reason, get pregnant, whether that's rape or whether that's you choose to have a child or whatever, if you get pregnant while you're here on a work visa, your child will not be a US citizen. If you really want to encourage people to have children, don't end birthright citizenship. This makes no fucking sense. And what the courts are deciding right now when it comes to Trump's executive order about birthright citizenship is that they're not deciding whether or not the end to birthright citizenship, which, by the way, birthright citizenship is a constitutional right under the 14th Amendment, they're not deciding whether or not Trump's executive order is unconstitutional. Their issue is deciding whether or not the way that the lower courts are handling Trump's executive order is constitutional. So they haven't even gotten to deciding whether or not it's okay for Trump to do this and to just go against the 14th Amendment, which normally to change the Constitution, you would need both the House, the Senate, and the states to have a majority vote that agrees. So his executive order is just amending the Constitution without getting the approval of the House, the Senate, and the states, which is so incredibly fucked. I'm going to put a list up on the screen of all the states that have sued Trump for this executive order, but if you're not in any of those states, please, for the love of God, do some research into this. Because if you have a child 30 days from now, which actually the time period might be shorter, but if you have a child in like about a month, they probably won't have citizenship. Anyway, this is also fucked up and doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but I'm actively trying to learn about it because it's actually...
Ex-Trump supporter, I knew this was going to happen. Years ago, during his first run, during his first term, I had issues with Donald Trump. I went into the whole Trump phase because I was very anti-war, and I didn't like Hillary, I didn't like a lot of past presidents of the time. I grew up during the Bush war era. So when Trump was all, hey, I'm anti-war, I'm criticizing everybody, Democrat, Republican, I'm like, I'm gonna give this guy a chance. But then he continued to send airstrikes into Syria. Then there was the $8 billion arms deal, and every time I tried talking about it, Trump supporters just yelled at me, trust the plan, bro! Is the plan working yet? Is it? Fast forward me to burning a MAGA hat on a charcoal grill, roasting some marshmallows. Don't worry, I did not consume said marshmallows. Lost 80,000 followers on my YouTube channel, only to find out I was right. I was right? Huh! Years later to find out I was actually right. Now mind you, I don't want to be right about the situation. I am very, very scared. I'm a military wife. I have no idea what's going to happen with my family, with my husband. But it's times like these, after years and years and years of people telling me how much of a joke I was and how much of a grifter I was, I kind of want to relish in this moment. I'm terrified, terrified. But every time I see a post of a former Trump supporter talking about how they're leaving because it's not what they voted for, I tried to warn people. I tried to warn y'all. I really did. I did. I am scared though.